How do you do? I see you're watching my video, and thank you. Today I'm going to be doing Furter from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I really hope you enjoy. Okay, so quick costume change. Welcome to improvising your costume on the spot. Sorry, this is the best I could do. I know the wig is probably more Brian May than Furter. So I'm going to begin by doing the base first. I have a Laura Mercier foundation primer, and this will keep my foundation on my face for longer. So I'm going to use quite a heavy foundation. Decided to use a old but new foundation, as in I used it before but I haven't used it in a while, so I'm using it again. Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. This one is in Shell. Now if you're a guy, going as Furter, obviously, and girls as well, obviously you don't have to go the full hog, so you don't have to do the foundation if you don't want to. But, I mean, the moral of the story is giving yourself over to absolute pleasure. So, you know, if you don't normally wear foundation, just for that one night, just go for it. I have some powder by MAC, which is going to set the base, and using the same foundation brush I used, which, oh, by the way, is Louis Vuitton foundation brush. I'm going to take this powder and use circular motions to set the base. Okay, I'm going to begin with the brows. Now to start off with, I've got a black eyeshadow with a Louis Vuitton angle brush, but any angle brush will do. I'm going to dip this in water and get some shadow on there. Now what I'm going to do to begin with is, over my brow, I'm just going to take this, and what I'm going to do just to begin with is just go over my brow hairs, so just above them. I'm not going to go any further in or any further out just yet. I'm just going to begin by doing that, and then I'll move on. Once I've got the eyeshadow on, I think I'll work in and work out as I go. Okay, I'm moving on to a contour kit by Sleek. I'm going to use the contour shade with a Sigma contour brush and poke it down the cheeks. Now the look I'm aiming for, the Furter look I'm aiming for, is I want to make this look a little bit masculine, and whether you want to make this look masculine or really feminine is completely up to you. I mean, one of the misconceptions about Rocky Horror and the look of Furter is the fact that, oh, he's gay, he's trying to look like a woman. It's not necessarily true. Frank didn't like women or men. I think he just loved himself. So, yeah, I mean, if you're a guy doing this look and you just want to make this look really masculine, go for it. And same if you're a woman, if you just want to make this look really feminine, then go for it. I'm going to make this look quite masculine though, because I like a bit of fun. Okay, I'm going to be working with grey eyeshadows. I've just gone through all my eyeshadows, just got out all my grey eyeshadows. I'm going to begin with this one here by MAC. It's called Scene. It's like a light grey. What I'm going to do is take this to begin with in the inner corner here and dab it. Right into the corner as far as I can go. And then what you want to do then is come along the brows and work this shadow out. And just extend along the brow just slightly. Next, moving on to this eyeshadow by Bourjois. It's one of the pot eyeshadows, and it's done a delicate grey, and it's got a slightly more, it's more of a bluey grey, I'd say, than the scene. And just along the outside I'm going to bring this shadow just closer to the lid. Okay, so now we've extended the eyeshadow out and in. Moving back onto the brows, and this time just going to go over them again, just make them a little bit stronger. But this time we're going to continue on and bring the brow out, just extending along with the eyeshadow. And then in, but when you come in, and the brow sort of went, so come right in, down where you've done the contour in there. And they sort of came up at a flick as well. Only slightly though, you don't want to look like that. But just flick it out just slightly. Okay, I have Typographic by MAC. This is a very dark eyeshadow, but it's not quite black. It's like sort of off black. And I'm going to take this just below that black line I've done and just take it across my brow hairs. And concentrate this into the contour just there. And you want to make the brow look thicker in the inner corner here. I have Electra by MAC, which is a silver eyeshadow. I'm going to use this as a little highlight just in the centre of my lid. And then just above here on below the brow. I'm using a black liner by Clinique, and with the brush I used to do my brows, I'm going to take a line, a fine line, just by the lashes to begin with. Now what I'm going to do now, I've noticed that his makeup, Frank's makeup in the film it's not exactly the same in every single scene, presumably because they didn't, obviously when they did Tim Curry's makeup, they didn't do it exactly the same each day. But I noticed in a few scenes, and I think in the Sweet Transvestite scene, which is his big opening, he had black line that went through the crease of the socket. It was quite fine. But it came in and just went round the socket. I love the Rocky Horror Show. It's one of my favourite ever shows and films. I mean, I've loved it since I was little. I was a weird child. But yeah, I mean, I've seen the film. I've lost count how many times I've seen the film. And I've seen the show once. I would see it again in a heartbeat. But I think it's one of those films and shows where I could probably recite the whole film. And I don't just mean just the music, I mean the whole script. You know, right from the quote, "Michael Rennie was ill," to the end scene with Charles Gray spinning the globe, saying "lost in time, lost in space and meaning." I mean, I absolutely adore Tim Curry. I think he's a real gem. I mean, why he hasn't been knighted, I have no idea. Get on it, Queenie. Sir Tim Curry. See, it kind of, there's a ring to it as well. And what I'm going to do with the black is bring it down along the bottom lash line as well. Black pencil going in the eye. This is a Barry M black pencil. Okay, what I'm going to do now is, got my finger in some baby wipes. I'm going to take this down the nose, and this will wipe away any shadow that's crept on there. And then with a light pencil, this is a highbrow pencil by Benefit, gonna take this down. And also with that pencil, I just used that, I'm going to take this into the inner corner of the eye just here. Now mascara, I'm not entirely sure about the mascara. I think mascara, it's completely up to you whether you put some on or not, because I couldn't see whether Tim Curry was wearing any. I think maybe because the makeup was so heavy anyway, it was hard to sort of see the lashes. But I think mascara is really up to you whether you want to add it or not. I'm going to add it. I've got a Bourjois volumizer, and I'm going to use a thick one. Not going to bother with the first step, and I think I'm just going to whack it all on there. Blusher, I'm going to use Illamasqua Hussy blush. Now for the lips, I've got a MAC Auburn lip pencil. I'm going to begin by lining the lips. Apparently, speaking of Frank's lips, they were originally going to have the film to begin with in the style of The Wizard of Oz, and have the beginning in a sort of in black and white or like a sepia tone, and right up to when Brad and Janet visit the house and they do the time warp scene. And then the only bit of colour, the first bit of colour you would see would be when Frank makes the grand entrance, turns around, and all you would see would be the red lips in colour. I don't know why they didn't do that. That would have been a great idea. MAC Ruby Woo lipstick. And then with a darker lip pencil, I'm just going around the outside edges. This is by Barry Ann, this pencil. And then I'm just going to add a tiny touch of a clear gloss to the lips. Only a tiny touch though. You don't want your lips to look glossy as such. But the lipstick I've used is quite a matte lipstick, so I'm just making it look a little less matte. And there you have it, my Frank-N-Furter inspired tutorial. I really hope you have enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye everyone.